Okay, welcome everyone to our Sunday meditation and the Mindful Living Collective. I'm seeing everyone beginning to join now, and my name is Elisha Goldstein. I'm the founder of the Mindful Living Collective, and just want to kind of get a sense of the community as we do here. Welcome to Beth and Nan from Venice, right in my backyard here, and we have Carl Lewis from the UK, and Marilyn from Tennessee, and Christina from Germany, and Brad from DC, welcome, and Rivka from Jerusalem. We have a really fantastic global group. If you just get a sense as I'm calling this out, see a globe and just see those areas of the globe kind of lighting up, you really get a sense of this sense of belonging, the sense of global belonging that's here right now. Welcome to Dina and Gary from San Jose, just north of me, and Christina, I know believe you're also up in Germany, and Scott from Oregon, and Jana from Playa del Rey, right in my backyard here, and Kelly and Palos Verdes, and welcome Dina and Suzanne from Texas, and Emma again from the UK. Hey, from a dark UK. Yeah, well, there's a lot of that going on right now. Ellie from New York City, beautiful, welcome. And Aysel from Turkey, and Yvonne, beautiful, welcome. Sandra from DC, and Risha from Ontario, and Shelly from Florida, and Rachel from Texas, and Monica, welcome. And Wanda from Ontario, Canada, and Gwen from Georgia, Osha and Shirley from Ontario, and Ilsa from Atlanta, and Grace from San Jose, right there with Gary, and Hillary from Chicago, and no doubt many, 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 many more that are from so many different areas around the world. And so just want to get a sense of welcoming everyone. Karen from South Pasadena, and Jan from Oregon, welcome. Yeah. This is a real opportunity for us to gather. And I just wanted to note that, a lot of people, I've been getting a lot of messages from a lot of people recently speaking about a variety of different feelings that we're feeling right now. Sometimes overwhelming emotions of stress, anxiety, and anger, and also grief that's there. And yet there's other people who are feeling a sense of hope for what might be in the spring, a passing of this new wave that's coming for many of us. And yet there's so much work to do. And so today I wanted to gather us together around something that's important to me, which is perspective. And perspective is around being aware of what's difficult, and also being aware at the same time, being able to hold it all. So being aware of what's difficult, and also seeing if we can tap into and touch into a sense of gratitude, even in difficult times. And I want to qualify that by saying that it's not that we always need that. Sometimes when things are difficult, we need to turn inward and turn towards ourselves with a sense of self-compassion. But even so, considering Rumi's Guest House poem, which many of you have heard before, and certainly if you're in the inner core in the Mindful Living Collective, we've gone over this poem in a little bit more depth. And so if you consider the end of that poem, where he says, in the beginning, he's saying, this being human is a guest house, every morning a new arrival, right? It could be a joy, a depression, a meanness. But in the end, he says, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. And then he says towards the very end, he says, each has been sent as a guide from beyond, which each has been sent as a teacher. So even in our difficult moments, even in our difficult times, if we can see that the experience we're experiencing, there's an opportunity here. Each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Each has been sent as a teacher in some way. What do we have to learn here? If I turn towards myself with self-compassion, if I turn towards myself with a sense of inclining to recognize the struggle with the inclination of supporting myself at the same time, what comes from that? What juice is squeezed from that fruit? And there's the juice of self-love. There's the juice of I'm worth paying attention to. So we sow the seeds of self-worth at the same time. And that's a gift. That's worth being grateful for. That's worth being appreciative of. And so we can, even in that, we can hold this sense of gratitude even in the midst of difficulty. And so that's not, easier said than done, right, in the moment, but we're working it out a little bit. We're working it out. And then if we can get to that place, then we can also expand it a little bit further and, start to create more intentionally this embodied gratitude that's there, which will create more resiliency, create a greater sense of feeling even good or whole or complete. Or maybe it'll even give ourselves a chance to tap into what many people call our true nature, which is how we come into this world. And before we kind of take on all the baggage that we take on. I'm reminded of Mary Oliver's poem, which many of you know. Her poem, Wild Geese, which is really appropriate for this time right now, this time during COVID, this time when there's social unrest for the better, maybe in some ways. Or she says, "You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves." She's talking about inclining our minds in a particular direction. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Yeah. So meanwhile, there's this impermanence to things. Things come and go. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese high in the clean blue air are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in the family of things. So however much we think we get caught in our own self-referencing, what does this whole everything have to do with me? And at the same time, the sun and the world goes on. The sun and clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees. Meanwhile, there's all this whole world around us that's happening at the same time. And so what would it be like to expand our awareness to that? And maybe to the interconnection that we have to all things, which if that's too expansive for you in some way, then just the interconnection maybe to the people you care about, who are living or dead. And the way that those connections can be meaningful, or the meaningful connections that are going to come in your life that you're not even aware of. Reach to the past, reach to the future. So with that said, let's settle in to our practice for today. Get in a comfortable position. It's the practice where I'm going to be guiding you through some things. I'm going to be warming your mind up a little bit. And so there might be a little bit more suggesting it's not just a silent sitting. I did that the other day. If you want to go check that out, that's in the Mindful Living Collective. If you want to sit silently, but this one I'm going to be nurturing you a little bit through it. So being open to that, and we'll still have space in there too. So I suggest closing your eyes only because this is an internal practice. If you'd like to keep them open, you're welcome to do that. Just kind of a dull gaze towards your lap or the ceiling if you're lying down. And so starting off with a couple deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Allowing that opportunity, almost a permission to release a little bit into this space, to this time together. And just for these next 20 minutes, there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. There's no problems to solve. There's no messages to respond to. This is just a space for you. So taking a moment as we begin, just acknowledge yourself for taking this time. It's for your own health and well-being. You can almost begin with a sense of appreciation for yourself. And as you're doing that, settling into an awareness of your body and being aware of if there's any tension or holding anywhere. Just as an act of kindness towards your body, see if you can allow that to soften or maybe even do a gentle stretch to open that space up. Take your time. And as you're doing this, noticing how your body is just naturally breathing. And how with each inhalation, you're literally taking in essential nutrients your body needs to sustain life, this oxygen. Breathing in and noticing the breath coming in to your nose, filling your body, even maybe having an awareness of the cells of your body drinking it in. Sensing into the nourishment of this breath and just letting be. Now practicing deepening this into our hearts for a moment. Imagine the breath almost coming in through your heart and going out through your heart. And beginning to bring to mind now something. I want you to bring to mind a memory. memory of something you're really happy having happened, something you're appreciative for that had occurred. This could be the birth of a child. It could be a meeting you had, or a lunch you had, or a time you had with a good friend or family member over a cup of tea or coffee. This could be an accomplishment that you had on your own. A proposal. That could be anything, something from a long time ago or something more recently. Just picturing it in your mind, whatever it is, and allowing it to play out like a movie in your mind, really seeing the experience. Who was there? What was happening? What was said? And feeling so appreciative that this moment had occurred. And I'm going to do this 2 more times. And so now picking another memory. Again, it could be something as small as being surprised by the smile of a stranger, or it could be something with a little more weight to you, like the birth of a child, or some big accomplishment. It was a touchstone in your life. It could be a spiritual moment. Whatever it is, remembering it, choosing one, remembering it, really picturing it, envisioning it like as if you were there. What was it about this moment that was so good, that you're so deeply appreciative for having happened? You may even notice as you're doing this, a smile beginning to form in your heart or in your body or in your mind, maybe even on your face. Just allowing yourself to have that experience and being open to what's there. And choosing one final moment, something from the past in your life, some memory, some memory that you can feel so grateful for having happened, something with yourself or with another person. It could be a trip that you went on in a moment you saw this beautiful sunset. It could be a deeply meaningful connection with another person. It could be just something you've done on your own, some accomplishment. Picturing it in your mind, Allowing all the cells of your body to remember this moment. What was it about this moment that felt so good? Feeling it in your heart. Take a moment to feel so grateful for this experience. And so breathing in and just noticing the feeling that's here, whatever it is, just this moment of acknowledging. Breathing out, just letting it be. Allowing for a moment of reflective inquiry into what's here. And then on the exhalation, just letting it be, letting it integrate. And taking a moment to imagine the people that you care about, the people that you love, the people who are maybe closest to you, who are living, animals and people who you have the most contact with. Maybe you don't have as much contact with them, but you hold them dear to your heart. And breathing in, whatever this experience was for you, this sense of nourishment, this sense of gratitude, appreciation, sense of joy, breathing in, one for me, allowing it to fill the cells of your body, breathing out, imagining that flowing out and lighting up all those people. It's as if you have a superpower from your heart, breathing in through your heart, this heart center of your body, the sense of caring, encouragement, love, one for me. It's like you're sending it out, breathing out, imagining it lighting up all those people. And also including everyone here, people all over the world right now who are practicing with you, including them as well, breathing in, sensing that appreciative awareness, that gratitude, the awareness of the good, breathing in that, breathing out from your heart, allowing it to spread out to everyone here. And as you're doing that, as you're somebody here, also being aware that you're receiving that from all these people all over the world. All the people, everyone here is good memories, everything they're deeply grateful for, the appreciation, the things that light them up, the warmth. As you're inhaling, you're bringing that in. Everyone's sending it to you. Breathing out, allowing it to be regenerative, sending it back out. allowing it to expand out to the family and friends and the networks of everyone here. Imagining that, seeing that from all around the world, seeing this expansion of this network, touching all the people that they care about and that they love, allowing it to expand even from there, breathing in, taking in everyone's appreciative experiences, memories, feeling in that way, allowing it to light you up as they're sending it to you, allowing it to expand your heart, breathing out, allowing that to then have the ripple effects across people they care about and are connected with, until you see it ripple and ripple and ripple until it surrounds the entire globe. Breathing in, taking in everything that everyone's sending to you right now. Breathing out, seeing your breath go out and create ripple effects across the entire world until it's completely surrounded with this sense of love and kindness. And so breathing in, one for me, taking it in. Breathing out, one for everyone. If your mind has drifted, taking a moment to take note of that, gently guide it back. Spend the next just few moments breathing in, one for me, taking it in. You can even imagine the joy and gratitude of all these people around the world being sent into you, taking it in, breathing out, allowing it to regenerate, sending out these types of wishes, these intentions, this energy. Now just taking a moment to bring it back to you. Noticing what's here, how you're feeling physically, emotionally, what's present. If there's a sense of glow or smile within you, just have it and enjoy it. If there's a mixture of feelings, allowing that to be held within a field of being welcome. As we bring this practice to a close, I'm reminded with a practice like this of Hafiz's poem, which you've no doubt maybe heard before. How did the rose ever open up and show to the world all its beauty? It felt the encouragement of light against its being. Otherwise, we all remain too frightened. And so may in the hours, in the days, in the weeks ahead. You take time to feel more of the encouragement of light against your being, or find it. I know in the Mindful Living Collective, that's like a huge intention, is to be a source of that, be a source of light against your being. Otherwise, we all remain too frightened. And we know there's a lot of that, and there's a lot of money being put towards creating more more fear. And so we need, as much as we can, to take hold of our attention and point it in directions and put it in spaces where there's going to be more of an encouragement of light against our being. So we can be like the rose and open up and show to the world all our beauty. And what would it be like if there are more roses around, opening up and showing to the world all its beauty, instead of recoiling and being too frightened? And we need more of that. So we need you. We need you to do that. You doing that for yourself is not just for yourself. That's for all the people you come in contact with too. And it's regenerative. And so continue to join us here every Sunday, or whatever space creates that light against your being. Make it a point to be in those spaces more often. And I'll stick around if anyone has any questions at all as we're bringing this to a close. Any questions? And let me just express my gratitude to everyone here for showing up and taking this time for yourself. Yeah. I'll make an announcement, while there's some questions. I know we have a beautiful teacher training program starting in January. And there's a number of people whose applications have already been accepted. And if you're interested in becoming a teacher and you have some experience already in your own practice of mindfulness, then you're welcome to reach out to Susan at susan@acourseInMindfulLiving.com and inquire more about that. And it's also in the collective. You'll see stuff about that. We have a fantastic 7-day challenge that's coming up in December. That's all about shifting our lives. That's going to be a free challenge in the collective. So that's going to be fun. We hope you jump into that. And more to come. We're here. We're here. That's our whole point, is to serve us. The name of the poet, Jeanette, is Mary Oliver, for that particular poem. Beautiful, Emma. Wonderful. Keep coming to the meditations. Fantastic. Whether they're silent or whether they're this, whether they're like this, which is a little bit more guidance. Thank you, Grace. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Continue. We'll continue on together. We have also a beautiful inner core group within the collective that meets just more regularly throughout the week. It stays connected on a daily basis. So if you're interested in that kind of community or anything like that, you can inquire about that too. That's all in the Mindful Living Collective. If you're not in the Mindful Living Collective, you can just go to mindfullivingcollective.com and you'll find out more about all this stuff. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.